Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, BW Hotelier, for giving importance to the most ignored topic of technology in the world of travel and hospitality industry. Hope this is the last session. Hope we all are not coming in between your drinks and dinner. Very sorry if we are doing so. I am told to keep this session most simple and people should not sleep because this is a technology session. So my promise to you is that we'll try to keep this as simple as possible. Like in hotels, we always say, KISS, the principle of KISS, keep it simple and sober. Okay, so anyone knows where is Mr. Steve Jobs now? He's selling apples on heaven. Hope you agree with me. I will try to keep this session very simple, very engaging for all of you. You know what? Bill Gates thought that he will go to heaven and he will see what Steve Jobs is doing there. He goes there and he says, hey, Steve, what you're doing? He says, I'm selling Apple here. At what cost? He says, at no cost. There are no bills. There's no bill in heaven. Hope you agree with me. Then he says, I will make a lot of software development in heaven. He says, there are no Bill and Gates in heaven. So my session is going to be very interesting, gentlemen, ladies. I'm sure you will enjoy it and you will have a lot of takeaways from my distinguished panel over here. I'm very happy to moderate a session where I have got such veterans of our industry, Mr. Philip Logan, Mr. Samir, Mr. Nilesh Patel, and a gentleman from RMS, Mr. Vivek. So over to Mr. Philip. Mr. Philip, I want to know from your side, what do you feel that technology is overburdened in hotels, or you feel that technology is easing the job of operations and guest digital journey?
The digital transformation that's on right now, I guess AI technology is significant. That will start bringing in responses automatically for guest service. As it learns, it'll help your finance team to do a spreadsheet quicker. It'll also help your repeat responses, automation responses. So AI is going to change the way we do business. But in the end, technology is only to support service. So I think no matter whether you're in the budget end or you're in the luxury end, in the budget end, it's to reduce staff, provide information, and also provide speed to service. In the luxury end, it's obviously to provide personalized service and really give lots of information to the providers. So technology itself is changing massively. And little firms like ours can be very nimble very quickly with the aid of technology. So I guess watch this space. Server today is almost antique. Cloud will become the way. And I think the larger firms are in the process of change right now. India leads the way really in technology worldwide. It's either Indians in Silicon Valley or Indians in India. Technology is massively going to change the way we do things.
Amazing. So C is cloud, which I understood, and cloud is the way forward. And a lot of different way technology is used between luxury hotels to one-star hotel, like Mr. Philip has mentioned, speed of service, personalized service. So technology is basically a nerve center of a hotel business, and it is enabling hotel business. Hope you all agree with me. Now, let's go back to nursery days. I'm told that I have to keep this session very simple. No one should sleep before the drinks. Okay, so let's go back to nursery A, B, C, D. A is for apple, B is for what? Bed. In hotels, the most important alphabet between A to Z is B. Hope you agree with me. B is for bed, bathroom, breakfast, banquets. And all these Bs are now changing to technology-based Bs like blockchain, business intelligence, big data, business analytics. Hope you agree with me. And C stands for what? Change. The only thing which is constant is change. Everything in this world is changing at a rapid speed. One of the oldest hotel chain in India took 100 years to come with 150 hotels. Airbnb adds those many rooms every day. It is all because of change, disruption, digitization, which is happening at a rapid pace. The success story of Airbnb, Uber, OTAs is all because we were always focusing on 4 operational department of hotels. The emphasis of technology was never given by any hotel chain. Hope you all agree with me. So my next question is to Mr. Nilesh Patel. If you can please give some insights about high-tech touchless. Corona was the major digitization. It helped in digitalization of a lot of processes. So if you can give some insights on high-tech touchless, speed of service. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Harish. As rightly mentioned by Phil, today the cloud is moving, today the hotel industry is moving towards cloud implementation. The cloud computing is on high. And our role is basically to give the unique experience to the guest. And we being an IT, we have to provide and play an important role in that. Earlier we were called as back of the house, but today we are the heart of the house. That's what we have to say. Majorly what we are doing at Accor today is we are moving towards cloud. 40% of all our global hotels are moved already on cloud. We have 1,000 cloud installations of Opera everywhere. Somewhere around 80% in the region we are on cloud, and that's where the technology plays an important role. This brings up agility to the business, as well as at the guest front, as well as at the back office, where employees has ease of communicating. It will be a seamless check-in experience for the guest. Efficiency and operational efficiency gets increased on that side. However, saying on that part, moving on to cloud also brings an headache, the cyber security. Cyber security is the most important role which is played today. There are a lot of breaches which are happening, a lot of data being hacked. We have a lot of personal data of the guests which lies with us, and we become core to get hacked very soon. Hence, we need to enhance our securities for sure. That's what we need to work on. For owners, thankful to our owners and stakeholders who are actually proactively working on end of life. They are with us, they are open the budget, and they are moving out of the end of life. But however, cyber insurances are also important to move ahead on that side. Secondly, moving on the guest experience side, lot of Accor is moving towards a lot of AI disruptive technologies. We are trying to implement a lot of AI implementations across the globe. We'll see it coming next years where we will be going on that side. I think that's what my snippets would be.
Thank you, Nilesh. Great insights. Okay, so do you know how do we put data on cloud? What we do is, a very young lady, 4 years old, a kid asks mother, how do we put data on cloud? And what cloud is made of? Anyone knows what cloud is made of? So the reply from the techie mother was that cloud is made of Linux servers. Okay, I'm very happy to see 50% crowd in the last session. This means you all really want to know something about technology. So my next question is to Mr. Samir. Mr. Samir, I believe BCG is doing consultancy for Lemon Tree. Lot of leaders here want to know what is the meaning of digital transformation. Is it just a buzzword or it is really helping travel and hospitality industry? Please remove this myth of digital transformation.
So, first of all, good evening, everyone. So I'll try to keep it simple. Like you rightly said, there's a buzzword called digital transformation. In my personal view, I think a lot of companies in the endeavor to do digital transformation end up only doing digital migration. And what I mean by that is, especially in hotels, there are a lot of analog processes, manual, siloed processes. And the idea is, because of the surge of e-commerce, data requirement, etc., we end up only migrating them on a digital platform without really remodeling the core. Let's say, for example, for hotels, and I'll take you from our previous panel, unless and until we really remodel the core, which is the essence of hotel operations, unless and until we really look at the tech stack from the core and make it interoperable, move the legacy, remove the closed API architectures, and move into more open API architectures, we will not be able to achieve really the transformation that we set out to achieve, and we'll really end up only migrating. So that's number one. Second, during our course with BCG, their research also suggests digital transformation, actually only 20% has got to do with technology. About 80% it's also got to do with the way an organization works, the mindset. I'll give you an example. Whether it's in hotels, whether it's morning meetings, evening meetings, sales reviews, we always tend to move towards anecdotal conversations, and it's not very data driven. So the idea is, our endeavor is, can we become a complete data driven organization? So we're trying to move towards that. So digital transformation really is, I would say, two parts. One is really remodeling the core so that you're not just buying products off the shelf and trying to bolt them onto legacy systems. And second is to really put all the data points together into one common platform and build analysis on it to become more data driven.
Vivek, I want to know from your side, a lot of digital transformations are happening. Everything is going online. People are concerned about security, software's vulnerability are there. What do you see that how PCI DSS, GDPR, and other things are taking shape? What is the role of data privacy? What is happening? And how different softwares, example RMS and others, are addressing this?
Namaskar everyone. Thank you so much for taking time out, first of all, to coming over this to this wonderful event. I'd also like to thank BW Hoteliers, Bhuvneshi, Nileshi, Atul, Amit, everyone who's put up such a great show. Couldn't thank you more, Harish, for having me on this panel. Coming back to your question, while digital transformation, to a large extent, as Samir rightly pointed out, in the hotels still look to be around migration than transforming the experiences. Part of which also is an issue with the data privacy that globally with the new GDPR that has come up, fortunately the IDPR that has been launched and it is at the draft stage right now is in line with the GDPR. So to a large extent the global companies now have a gateway to come into India. While coming back and pondering onto the point of digital transformation itself, in my view, there are 5 key stakeholders that we actually need to look at from a digital transformation standpoint. One is the owners, the management companies, the guests themselves, the internal stakeholders, and the ecosystem itself. It might not be in the same line of order that it may look at. But if we can stress upon these 5 points while you choosing the digital transformation process, and I think that's what BCG has done greatly for Lemon Tree, and they've touched upon each one of them to understand what is the impact. Is the owner getting benefits? Are they able to make more gross operational profits, increasing their top lines, optimizing the bottom lines, the management companies to scale up, if the guest profile still remains linear across the group, multi hotels, itineraries that they can build, and probably from a guest standpoint, is the technology really intrusive or is it still there around? That's been really well looked after. For the internal stakeholders, I think a large amount of emphasis has been put when you look at how easy the technology adoption is going to be, and the ecosystem largely depends on your OTAs, the Google AdWords, the rest of the promotions that you'd want to run. If you're aligned with those, your brand perception itself goes up. So from a digital transformation standpoint, we've got very clear insights, and in my view, if these 5 points are looked into, it's a great story to go ahead.
Thank you so much. Now, we talk about a lot of technologies, and all these big names are very difficult for general hotelier to understand, whether it is machine learning, whether it is NLM, whether it is artificial intelligence, predictive analysis, robotics process automation, bar, blockchain, and artificial intelligence. All these are very heavy words. Even I do not know the meaning of all those things. I need help of my panel to give me some very basic examples for my hotelier friends here, which are the 2 game changer technologies which are helping hotel guests. Example, we are in screen age. Everyone here in this panel is looking at their mobile. So we are not in stone age, we are in screen age. I think everyone is just doing something on mobile as of now while we are discussing something about technology on this panel. Fine. So I want to know from my panelists, if you can give me 2 examples of game changer technologies. Let me give you one example. In one of the hotel, a dirty room service tray was outside the room. And since morning for 8 hours, it was lying there. It was making a lot of smell in the corridor, plus it was looking very shabby also in the corridor. Hope you agree with me. The example is nowadays CCTV cameras can be enabled with some intelligence so that it sends a SMS to the room service captain that a tray is lying in the corridor which is looking shabby. So that is a use of artificial intelligence which can be used. So I want to know from my panelists, if you can give me one example, making it very simple for the audience, that how technology can make hotel operations easy. Anyone who would like to take this question first?
As you mentioned rightly, AI is the key factor which is going to come in future. Personalization, the guest personalization, the guest journey has to be very seamless from the time he starts a booking for the hotel, not even start booking, like searching for the hotel till the time he checks out from the hotel. The guest experience has to be a seamless, and that's where our job lies here over here. Their experience has to be very smoothless. So on that end, AI will create a disruptive technology, and personalization definitely will help on that. Take an example, if a guest has come down on the website and just searching for a spa after booking of the room, the intelligence has to inform us saying that guest was also looking for the spa apart from the business trip what he is going to stay, and we can offer some 20% discount on that. That will also actually add up to the revenue on that side. These are the kind of examples of what we can use to it.
You know, when it comes to use cases, I think for us at Lemon Tree at least, COVID has changed the staffing ratios and it has changed for everybody. So I think we don't need to look out for really big radical changes, even if we are able to resolve small things for our staff, and that's really the need of the hour. Talent is a challenge, retention is a challenge, staffing ratios have depleted. So what we are trying to do is, we are trying to take away mundane, regular, repetitive, manual tasks away from the staff and automate those. I'll give you an example. There's a great company called AFI. It recently won an award at the High Tech Conference in Toronto. So what it does is, it performs a very small task. Today's hotels have a lot of retail business. OTS gives you a lot of influx. It would, on a daily basis, scan all the arrivals reservations that have been created through OTAs, check their credit cards, wean out reservations with fraudulent cards or with cards with, which are defaulted cards. Not just that, if it's within the retention period, it will automatically charge retention. If the cards are defaulted, it will send a communication automatically to the guest that your card is defaulted, please share another card, or within so and so time your reservation will be automatically released. So all of this is away from the front office staff. So that is number one. Second, from a long-term point, I think AI will play a major role. I came across this great company called Air.ai. Check it out. On their website, there's a conversation between a client and a Tesla's sales agent, and it's about a 7-8 long-minute conversation. At the end of the conversation, you realize that the Tesla sales agent is an AI bot. If you are able to replicate that at scale across industries, I think that's going to be a huge boon. So in my view, I think what's really the need of the hour is to equip our staff with tech so that we take away mundane, error-prone, repetitive manual tasks away from them. Nobody joined hotels to do all of this, right? Everybody joined hotels to interact with guests. But unfortunately, that's kind of depleting.
I joined my company about 5 months ago. You may not know this little South Indian company, Royal Orchid. There's 98 operating assets right now. It's a sales-led company, because out there in the field, they told me, I thought we had 14 RSOs, but I was told we had 18. We have salespeople right across the country, from in the deep south to Gangtok, to Dharamshala, to Varanasi, to wherever you go. We are in a massive change in IT, and that change will be that we're aligning ourselves with partners, big data partners, and rather than my sales team being the foot soldiers, my business partners will be tapping their clients. And that client base is quite large, and it's about cutting and dicing the data. You know, a salesperson might do 8 to 10 calls a day, but when you can tap, let's say, a sporting company or a bank, and they tap their client, and rather than saying, hello, I'm from Royal Orchid, they tap their customer and say, hey, why wouldn't you like to stay with us? So how that works is it taps in by API into your PMS, and it's a very simple process. So we will be driving through data and cutting and dicing and then pushing offers to our hotels. It's that simple. That will fundamentally change our business. We'll still have the salespeople out there, but they'll be actually closing the sales as opposed to opening the door. Now, as hoteliers, we wait for when the customer arrives. We know our arrivals, and the digital transformation that the big firms did 3 to 5 years ago, they pushed the WhatsApp, when you're scanning the website, they push through technology, and they say, hey, do you want to make a booking? And we go all the way through to post guest stay. And that's all fine. But in the room, we all have 100 hoteliers, and if I asked you how many arrivals, you might know how many arrivals in your hotels. But if I asked you, when are those guests are going to arrive? Where are they? And when are they leaving? In the next 3 to 5 years, it could be as early as 18 months, we will be able to know where our guests are. Maps of India, Google, and AI are tracking you right now. But imagine as a hotelier, your 100 arrivals, 10 are at Delhi T3, 10 are at T1, 15 are held up in Bangalore in traffic, 10 are in Chennai sweating. You actually know where they are. That can change the way we do hotels, because our hotel business is fundamentally about arrivals. You have 120 rooms, and so if you're really punching, you might have 125 rooms booked. But if you're running a 50% occ, you'll have 60 rooms booked. But imagine we're a 24-hour business, because if you're in Tokyo in a budget hotel, you would book by the hour. Now imagine that you know the flight's late and that actually they're not coming. And you don't have to wait for Indigo to push that message, although they won't because they're on time. But you can start selling your room already. And you can release already because you already know when they're leaving as well. So if you've traveled to Delhi Airport, Bangalore Airport, maybe Mumbai, Digi Yatra, AI technology, imagine now that's connected to your Paytm, it's connected to your ticket, it's connected to your rail, your car, and your airline, and all on one platform all the way through. Well, the banks are doing that right now. And in 24 months, we're going to have a different arrivals list. It will be by the hour. So watch that space.
Thank you so much, Philip Saab. Let me tell you something very special which I liked from this conversation of Mr. Philip is that big data is the new oil on which our industry needs to leverage, and very few hoteliers are doing it. International hotel chains are able to keep pace with the digital transformation, big data, but domestic chains have to really come up in that way so that they can slice and dice the data and get the desirable results. This is one point which I liked. And second was like, the most important thing is we need to have one profile. One person goes from home, take a Uber, goes to airport, goes to hotel, everywhere he needs to show his photo ID. Can we create a platform so that one profile helps everywhere? Now, let me tell you something very special which is happening in the world which will really excite you. You go to Accor, you go to Marriott, you go to Intercon hotels, everywhere you have to log in again on hotel Wi-Fi. Am I right? You go in Japan, Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia. There's a new technology which has come up which is called as Passpoint. Anyone who has heard about Passpoint? Passpoint will enable single user and password. There is no need to log in again if you check in a hotel anywhere in the world, which is coming up now. If you want any details, please contact me. I'll give you details of Diana. She is in US. Most of hotel chains are talking with her. There's no need of re-logging in any hotel if you have created your profile there. A lot of things are happening. Is it simple? Is it making your life easy? Yes, it is. When I've taken a flight of 18 hours from here to Dallas, and when I'm in a hotel and I just want to convey to my family that I have reached safely, I have no energy left to log in again to a hotel network because I do not have a SIM card of that country. So Passpoint is happening now. You go to any airport in the world, they will know from a PNR or from a booking ID that this person is a legible customer who needs to be given Wi-Fi access. One. Second thing, we all uses only one sense all the time, and that is sight. You all are busy on mobile or you're looking at me. We use only sights as a sense all the time. Now the second sense which hotels are using globally is voice. By 2025, 25% hotels will be voice enabled. You want a shampoo? How many of you are using Alexa, Siri and other things at home? Please raise hand. I ask this question so that the audience who are sleeping here will wake up now and they will raise hand. Thank you. Second, since you are now looking at us and you are listening to me, by 2025, 25% hotel rooms will be voice enabled. Hey Hilton, give me 2 shampoo. I need a towel. My TV is not working. AC is not giving me enough control temperature which I need. Please open the drapes. Please play India-Pakistan cricket match. Everything is going to be voice enabled. How many of you have put this as a strategy in your business plan? So all the senses that we have will come to our business in one other form. Now we have only 2.5 minutes. If Mr. Bhuvnesh Khanna will allow us, we can take some questions, else we will discuss on some other topic. Okay, thank you, Mr. Bhuvnesh. Thank you for giving importance to technology, which very few companies give. Really appreciate your efforts, as always.
Well,
I just want to add something to
Sure.
this. It all depends on age of a customer. Generation M, who have seen mobile on their hand when they were born, or a millennial, they do not want check-in counters. They straight want to go to the room. This is the world of fast. Everything they want instant. They do not want to spend 2-3 minutes at reception also. They want a link so that they can choose room of their choice, and they can see room is near to the lift, near to the pool, city view, or XYZ, which floor, okay? So everything is instant nowadays, very fast, instantaneous, which technology is enabling. So technology and human touch, it's a mix which is helping industry to come up. I will just say that. In the interest of time, I would like, in the interest of time, we will take all these questions offline. Now we all are around. We do not want to come in with your dinner and drinks. Thank you so much, my